Welcome back to more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Last time, we got through most of the remaining treasure roads, so this time, all that's left are the treasure roads of the Redgar Forbidden Lands. So first of all, we don't actually have all of them unlocked. We still need Twin Drill, so our first order of business is to go through a few of these challenges to get enough rare stones. Let's start with Homing Bomb. Seek the switches. Homing Bomb Hunt. Alright, so we have a minute for this one. Homing Bomb, as the name suggests, are bombs that home into enemies. They still chain, like Chain Bomb, so this is definitely a case where this ability is a huge step up. But yeah, there are definitely some cases where I almost feel like there are better abilities, and some end up getting a little bit outclassed. By even some of the earlier variations, but this is definitely a case where this flat out is way better than the Chain Bomb. This part isn't great though. We basically have to activate a switch at a very specific time in order to get that bomb to actually home in successfully, like so. Overall, that actually went pretty smoothly, other than having trouble with that one. Alright, good start. We got our first target time of this set of challenges without too much difficulty. But yeah, some of the switches can be a little bit difficult to hit, and then hit the switch behind the temporary gate. So there's another challenge right over here, Blizzard Ice. Freeze and Find, Magma Skating. We have another 1 minute time for this one, and this one's actually pretty fun, I remember. We basically have to quickly skate through, collecting all of the pieces of the star as quickly as possible, trying to be very careful not to fall into the lava, obviously. One thing I was actually thinking about with the last challenge, in general in this game, the red switches are like temporary, where if you press them, and it opens like a door, the door will eventually close. But I feel like there are some cases where the red switches don't do that, and I can't tell if it's my imagination or if there is that inconsistency, but I was just kind of thinking about that. Alright, so we got all of those. So we have about 20 seconds to make our way over here, which isn't too bad. Some enemies appearing, but no big deal. Yep, definitely not having too much trouble, even though, I think this was a 3-star challenge. And over here is Space Ranger. Shoot and Scoot, Conveyor targets. Our target time for this one is 1:20, and this is looking very interesting already. We basically have to be very careful about lining up shots on conveyor belts to avoid falling into the lava. Obviously we want to time this so we actually destroy most of the targets in one go. Luckily the blast radius of the Space Ranger charged shots lasts for a long time, so it's not too difficult. Alright, this is a little tricky. I almost fell off, but we made it. Barely. And I'm trying to remember what else is left to this. I feel like there's a lot. This is like 1:20, so But so far, it feels like we're kind of getting through this relatively easily. I say as I'm actually struggling with this one because of the ranger enemies. I don't think we can break all these in one go, but we'll give it a try, I guess. Oh goody, the cannon shots can actually disrupt this. Now I'm seeing why this is a minute 20. Definitely starting to figure this out. Actually, the best strategy would probably be to aim in the middle and let the targets actually fly up to the center. So yeah, definitely would have to do that if we were going for the best time, which I think we just actually barely missed. Never mind, not barely, we have to run all the way past these enemies. Considering how badly that last set went, I am amazed we were only 8 seconds off. Alright, so let's unlock our last major copy ability. Sadly, there's no challenge for the sleep ability, but we still will need to unlock that at some point. For now, let's head over here. Would you like to evolve the drill ability into Twin Drill? The drill ability has evolved into Twin Drill. This evolution will allow you to enter the portal for the Twin Drill treasure in Redgar Forbidden Lands. Go try it out. I wanted to check how many this takes. Only 3, but it takes 1,200 star coins, so we definitely want to hold on to those for now. Again, a lot of times I've actually been kind of talking about abilities as we unlock them, but since we're doing the treasure roads, we'll see what this is like very shortly. Truth be told, I actually don't remember this next challenge very well. Dig and Duck, Runaway Parade. Alright, so we have a minute for this one. I'm not actually sure if you're able to break boxes with the normal drill, or if that's something exclusive to the later abilities, because I want to say I actually had trouble with that in one of the other challenges on my own time. But yeah, if this is the case, that makes this challenge actually not too difficult. What was the target time? Like something like a minute? To be honest, I actually wasn't entirely paying attention. Oh well, that's not good, getting flattened there, mostly because it just slows us down. So yeah, basically we have to time our descent into the ground in such a way that we don't take damage. You know what? This one actually wasn't bad, but I'm curious to see what the time was. Yeah, some of these times are just remarkably generous. Like, this is the last main area, and it feels like we had a lot of time left over. Alright, so let's see what we have left. All very special ones. A good way to end off our look at the treasure roads. So let's kind of go in order, I guess. Kirby, the Master of Mouthfuls. we have a target time of 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I remember struggling with this one on my original playthrough, but I remember not even being that far off the time. As the name implies, this is kind of like a crash course on all of the different Mouthful mode transformations. So we're starting out with Cone, ending with a Tortilding fight. Overall, not too bad, but it looks like we have a Shudder over here. Let's ride the water current up here for a vending machine, so we need to quickly swap over. And we have 200 soda cans for this. Obviously, we want to go quickly, but we don't want to waste too many just to be on the safe side. I also feel like you fire soda cans slower if you are or you move slower when firing soda cans. So it's a good idea to kind of not fire constantly, if that makes sense. Like only when you need to. Alright, so we've swapped over to Ringmouth. Now we have a lava boat here. Carefully dodging everything, breaking through the metal blocks whenever possible. We have windmills now that we have to activate to raise these platforms. I almost feel like this should have been one of the last challenges, but to be fair, a Masked Hammer and Morphonite Sword are unlocked so late. It makes sense that this would be like the last, like, standard challenge, if that makes sense. I'm not entirely sure what to do here, actually. Because we have to get across... Oh, I see what we have to do. We have to clear out the dirt pile there, and then climb up. So we probably missed the target time just because I didn't remember what to do here. And that brief stop is probably enough that we're gonna miss out on the target time. Oh well. We can douse the lava to quickly get across. Again, I think this is another one where if you actively are using the ability, it slows you down, so try to like let go of the button whenever possible. But yeah, it does seem like blue switches are like permanently activated when you press them, but the red switches can be like temporary and will eventually reset. We have to carefully dodge all the ice. Yeah, I think we just missed the target time. Like right now, actually. We'll only be like 10 seconds off. Never mind, we have a car section, so maybe, I can't really remember when the start time was, so in all fairness, we might be closer than I think. If I actually get the target time in this run, I'll be impressed, considering I did miss it originally, and I had a much smoother run than this, I'm pretty sure. We have ice here. I think we gain momentum on the ice, but it also makes it harder to steer, unfortunately. I think we go faster on the ice, so preferably don't jump like I have been doing. That might help a lot. Lots of star coins and the goal. Okay, yeah, we're off by like 11 seconds. Again, that little brief moment where I didn't know where to go definitely slowed us down quite a bit, and we did take damage a couple times. Alright, 2 more to go. Next up is the Masked Hammer treasure. Attack! Masked Hammer Trial. Alright, our target time for this is 1:40. Like what I've been talking about with a lot of the combat trials, don't attack more than you have to. Hammer is a very powerful ability, so most enemies here will actually be defeated with like 1 attack. If you attack too much, you'll keep comboing the enemy and they won't like despawn. So yeah, it's best to kind of be a little bit more like cautious with how much you're attacking. Like only attack the exact required amount if possible. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to gauge with some of the larger enemies. Again, I almost wish there were health bars. That would make it a little bit easier to tell. I don't think most Kirby games actually have health bars for regular enemies, only for bosses. Because most Kirby enemies do... most Kirby enemies are defeated in a couple hits anyway, so it's not too big of a deal. yeah, these enemies take multiple hits. It looks like 2 hits. So yeah, keep that in mind, or maybe more. I think it was more like 2 to 3. I didn't feel like that was entirely consistent. I don't know what happened there, actually. I know what happened there that time. I think what happened is the snake enemy tried to eat Kirby, and then it got hit by like a hammer on, like during the animation and kind of messed something up. That's what it looked like, but I'm not entirely sure. By the way, this has fire properties, like summoning tornadoes, like Forgo DDD did during the boss fight. We're actually kind of taking a lot of damage, so I need to be a little bit more careful, I say, as I immediately get chomped by a snake. Yeah, I might actually take it a little bit easier, so we stay alive. Because, yeah, we are taking quite a bit of damage. We're definitely not getting target time because I am having to be a little bit more careful. Do we still have a boss to go through? We do. Alright, this is not going to be fun. Alright, let's try this again. So now I know what to do, and I know what to expect, so... yeah, the snake enemies are some of the most difficult ones to fight. For some reason, I always struggle with those, in particular. I wonder if this little jump attack is actually better. It almost feels better, because you stay more mobile. But yeah, we are in the final 2 challenges, so it makes sense that the game is actually putting up a fight at this point. The big Kabus definitely take a few hits to defeat, but again, I'm not entirely sure how many. It is confined to 1 arena, which is actually a little bit different, and it actually makes it a little bit tougher, because you just have a barrage of enemies, and it doesn't, like, switch screens, which actually makes it a little bit tougher, than if it, like, moved over to different, areas. Alright, so far so good. Now we're moving on to the bigger enemies. I did take a lot of damage from mostly the snake enemies, so the next wave is the one I'm like going to have to be a lot more careful during. But again, I genuinely don't know how to fight these without taking massive amounts of damage. Maybe dodge. I just realized I have not been dodging at all. Also, we should use the little fire tornadoes to deal damage as well from a distance. Also, if you attack when the snake enemies are actually spawning in, that's good, because then you don't have a chance to attack. Yeah, I'm really realizing that I'm not dodging, so let's actually do that. Also, sometimes abilities like this, if you dodge an attack, you'll automatically get a charge attack, like this. So, I think Sword and Hammer are both like that. So keep that in mind, that will definitely help a lot in a challenge like this, to quickly defeat enemies. Back to Twin Bonkers here. Use the fully charged attack there to take out half of Bonkers' health already. And let's see if this will... Nope, not quite. 1 more hit, 2... Well, look like 2 more hits, actually. We might still make it for the target time. Never mind, I was way off. I am not entirely sure how you're supposed to do that faster. Maybe use more of spin attacks and take out large groups of enemies at one time. And if my count is correct, we are on the final treasure road. / Morpho Knight Sword Trial. So we have 4 minutes. This is one of the longest treasure roads. We have a total time of 6 minutes to get through here. But this one, honestly, I don't remember being too bad because Morpho Knight Sword is incredibly powerful. I actually forgot a couple moves to talk about, and we won't actually see one of them because it won't really come up at all. Like, there's not a good opportunity to show one move in a time trial setting. But one move is actually really good. So, We probably won't see it in this screen, but once we get to some of the later fights, Morpho Knight actually has a unique dodge that is extremely powerful, and makes this one of the best abilities. Once we try the Ultimate Cup Z, I will definitely use Morpho Knight Sword, so I can actually stand a chance, because it actually does not mess around. So for safety reasons, I think I'll probably use Morpho Knight Sword a little bit later as well. Alright. Twin Wild Bonkers. If you can use a charge attack, it'll deal a ton of damage, create tornadoes, and also give you a larger sword. So you might notice that when the third hit, or the fourth hit in this case, hits an enemy, it'll actually cause little light orbs to actually go from the enemy to Kirby. That is a health drain, which is part of the reason why this is really good for like the arena, because you can recover health pretty constantly if you can actually perform the standard combo, basically. Which again is why I'm heavily considering using this for the Ultimate Cup Z. Again, it would probably be a little bit more interesting if I tried a different copy ability, but I can't guarantee my survival. Twin Wild Frosties are up next. Charge attack. Didn't work. Even if the charge attack doesn't land, it'll still power up your sword though, which is very good, by the way. I think we actually recovered health from attacking the snowballs too, because again, this ability is just very good. Again, Meta Knight Sword was already pretty overpowered, and yet here we are. That's like the better dodge. Yeah, it's like a teleport dodge, essentially, making it very good. Yeah, even just the chip damage during the invincibility phase of the boss deals a significant amount of damage compared to other abilities. But yeah, just to demonstrate, you can basically disappear entirely, which makes it very good for specific boss fights. I'm wondering who's up next. We have, I guess, 2 more mini-bosses to go. Twin Florina. There we go, actually landed at that time. And then, yeah, that kind of just shreds through enemy health there. Yeah, I'm trying to use regular sword combos whenever possible to gain back a little bit of health. Let's actually see if we can, yeah, we defeated one before the tornado even activated, which is good. We're almost to the end, so I'm kind of going all out, to be honest, for the sake of time. That means we have 1 more mini-boss left, and I think it's Wild Edge. Probably 2 of them again. This is actually one case where I almost feel like Morpho Knight Sword wouldn't be as good, just because of the shield attack. Like, you really can't get behind the shield as well. Actually, you can just dodge, never mind. So yeah, this ability is good against Morpho Knight, or Wild Edge, because you can just teleport. So yeah, this is a very good power. Again, definitely worthy of being the last ability you would normally obtain. Oh, can you not actually dodge through that? Oh, alright, good to know. Either way, that should be the last fight. If my count is correct, we should be in good shape for the target time. So yeah, I think we're good. We just have to run back over to the main area. There's a ton of star coins for us, and our final main rare stone. Yep, we definitely cleared that with a lot of time to spare. Again, the longer ones often give you so much time, and there's a lot more time to catch up if you make mistakes early on. Alright, so let's double check. So... Oh, we actually do have one left. Whoops, Storm Tornado. Whirl them away. Storm Tornado Trial. Well, this is a little bit anticlimactic. Yeah, I totally forgot about this one. It's another combat one, and I almost feel like Tornado is one of the worst ones for a combat trial, just because of, again, comboing enemies to the point where they might not despawn as quickly as you would like. I have a feeling this is going to end with a fight with Florina. 1 or 2, maybe. So I guess we'll see about that, if that prediction holds. What was the time? A minute 30 is usually standard for combat trials, so I'm guessing that's the case for this one. Storm Tornado is really good. Obviously, it creates like lightning to deal extra damage, while also having the additional property, or the standard property of being able to like pick up and hurl objects towards enemies. So yeah, it is very good. Highly recommend it as someone who really likes Tornado, partly because my first Kirby game was Squeak Squad, where it was very good. Twin Florina. Alright, so this will be interesting. So we have, what, 30 seconds to get through here? Yeah, I feel like Tornado has less invincibility, which I guess makes sense, because it was a little bit broken in that way in the older games. It's kind of a shame, actually. I do miss having that just really overpowered invincibility, but for balance reasons, it makes sense. Not entirely sure how this is going to go, and the answer is badly. I mean, I think getting hit immediately by the tornado did end the animation faster, so maybe that actually was the right call, believe it or not. We're not going to get the target time, we're going to be off by, I don't know, maybe. We have, what, 3 seconds to get over there? For real this time, this should be the last rare stone, and that was down to the wire. You cleared every treasure road by using all of your different abilities. You've earned a special figure as a reward. Rare Stone Master. It's not clear how or why the space called Treasure Road started to appear behind portals throughout the New World. A strong energy was felt from within, and rare stones were soon discovered as its source. Congratulations on clearing all of them. And with that, we are nearing the end of our journey for real. We only have a couple more main objectives left to show, and one is going to be very interesting. We definitely want Morpheme Knight Sword for this. Next time, we'll be challenging the Ultimate Cup Z. So thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Kirby and the Forgotten Land.